Hi everyone, hope you guys are all doing well. I was just able to watch a really good video that Silverfish had just put out. I think he put it out yesterday or the day before. And it's just entitled Silver and Gold, Winter is Coming. And he touched on a number of points in that video that I thought were really great, really just thought-provoking, and just something that I thought that I would do a video and touch on a little bit here. And one of the main points that I thought that he touched on that was really important, particularly as it relates to silver and gold stacking, is just the fact that things are becoming tougher and tougher in his line of work. And I believe that he had mentioned that as he makes more money with his job, he actually becomes more of a liability to those that are employing him. And that's just really too bad, not only for him personally, but I think that that's true in the general economy at large. And really in today's age, it is a fact where job security really doesn't exist, at least exist on the realm that it used to in the past. And I'm kind of finding that out now, or at least I enter into the workforce now with that in mind, and I'm not really focused too much on job security. Rather, I'm focused more on financial security. And I had read a really interesting book by James Altucher, and it's entitled Choose Yourself. And I just want to read a quote from that book that I thought that was really great when I read it. Sad at the same time, but it's definitely a truth that I think that everybody who's stacking silver and gold kind of knows about, or at least should have their eyes open to. And it's a long quote. I hope you guys bear with me. And also too, just at the beginning, when I talk about the graph, it's just relating to the average annual wages of men going downwards since the 1960s. So that's just what he's talking about when I mention that. And the quote starts off, "Every economist in the world can try to explain away this graph, but its downward thrust was inexorable for the reasons I will describe throughout this book. Among them, increasing efficiencies, globalization, technological innovation, and the fact that your bosses simply hate you. That's right, they hate you. You created more and more wealth. The value that they paid you was less and less. That's the definition of disdain in my book. And it's not just your boss. He's just trying to survive also. It's his boss, and then the boss of that boss, all the way up the food chain." And I think that that's just a really interesting quote, and just kind of watching Silverfish's video, and also to just relating it to the fact that everybody seemed to be waiting on bated breath with the Federal Reserve minutes release from this week. I just think that there's a lot that's out of the control of most individuals in society today, especially those who are in the economy working. For example, as that quote demonstrated in Silverfish's video, there's not a lot that you can rely on when it comes to your job. And also too, with something as big as the Federal Reserve decisions, and also too the same thing up here with the Bank of Canada decision, everybody's waiting for them to see when they're going to raise interest rates, and just the type of consequences that that will have in the economy and the housing market up here in Canada. But more importantly, when you do have those types of things that are out of your control, whether they're job security or the financial and economic decisions that are a part of something like the central bank, I do think that there's one thing that you can do, and that's choosing yourself. And with my brother and I, the way that we choose ourselves and look at things that we can control is just with our silver stacking and our coin roll hunting. And I think that those are two things that people would generally laugh at, or at least say that we're wasting our time with, particularly the coin roll hunting, more so than the silver stacking. But even as Silverfish alluded in his video with the just general idea that winter is coming, just as it relates to the TV show and books Game of Thrones, there are probably going to be some negative things that do come down the road. And he wasn't just talking about something like hyperinflation, and I'm not talking about that either, but it could be a job loss, it could be something that happens in the economy that we're not prepared for. But I think that that is where choosing yourself and preparing for the future, if it's silver stacking or coin roll hunting, those are things that we do just to choose ourselves and try to give ourselves some more financial security and things that we can control in the future. So as it relates to silver stacking, again, hopefully that does protect us, especially since we're thinking about the fiscal and monetary consequences from those policies from our government. And the same thing is just true for our coin roll hunting as well. Every dollar that we can put away and just put in an asset that hopefully keeps its value while there is those fiscal and monetary inflationary policies. We just look at that as choosing ourselves and looking after things that we can control, knowing full well that we really can't control our job security these days, and also too can't control what the central banks, whether it's Canada or the U.S., we definitely can't control what they do and the consequences of their decisions. So I just thought that I would put that out there. It's very important, especially with the younger generation. Try not to rely so much on the decision of others, especially as you're entering the workforce. That's something that I'm dealing with right now, not personally in the way that I can't find a job, or I'm on the kind of chopping block to losing my job, but it's just something that I'm realizing as I enter the workforce. It's something that I'm going to have to deal with. So my brother and I personally, we're choosing ourselves by silver stacking and hopefully gold stacking in the future, and through coin roll hunting. And I think that that would be a positive message just to put out to everyone as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I see that it's getting long and I don't want to take up too much more of your time. But if I could leave you with one thing, definitely choose yourself and don't be reliant on the decision of others. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, we'd greatly appreciate it. But I hope you guys are all having a great day as we enter the weekend here, and I'll see you next video. Bye for now.